We about to do the old intro for this video. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx. And I'm here to do a Mercury retrograde survival guide, predictions, advice, reading. All right. We're in the Mercury retrograde shadow period, and this video may possibly be released early access. Early access on here. I might drop this on my YouTube channel when Mercury actually goes retrograde. It's in the pre-shadow period right now, so the energy is already wonky. I was like, today I'm gonna make a video because I don't know what's going on, but I already see things happening with technology in my house. Like the Wi-Fi just suddenly stopped working. That never happens. My mom dropping stuff on the floor, glass shattering. It's just be safe, be careful. But, at the same time, there's nothing to worry about. Mercury retrograde happens at least 4 times a year. Yeah, 3 to 4 times a year. So it's a time period where Mercury appears to be moving backwards in the sky. Mercury being the planet of communication, thinking, the mind, sometimes like machinery and travel. So, ruling over, see, I'd be stuttering during retrogrades too. Ruling over Virgo and Gemini. Those two may feel the effects of it the most. All right. But this one is going to be in 2 signs this year. I believe it's going to be actually in Capricorn and Sag. So everybody's going to be feeling it to some extent. Mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sag, and Pisces, and Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, and Libra. It will be starting out, I think, in Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken, or it'll be in those 2 signs, okay? So if you have mutable signs or cardinal signs, a lot of those, you could be feeling the effects more. Or look at where you have Sagittarius and Capricorn in your chart to see where there could be some miscommunications or some delays or some things with needing to reassess what's happening for you. All right. With that being said, let's get into this reading and let's see what's going on for us. What is the advice? What we need to know and do for this particular retrograde. And this will be especially pertaining to you if you have a lot of Capricorn placements, Sag placements, or like I mentioned, mutable placements or cardinal placements, especially in your big 6. So sun, moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, or Mars. Then, this retrograde can be a pivotal time for you, which most people have one of those in their big 6 that I mentioned, but especially sun, moon, and rising. Okay, let's get some shadow work going. What's the shadow work for this retrograde? What do we not see? What do we not see coming? Oh, the Queen of Wands. What do we not see? The shadow work that we need to work on. The Fool and the Queen of Wands. Let's see here. Let's see what the Fool says for the shadow work. Fool is the first major arcana. The Fool represents a big leap of faith, which is the action our souls take when we are born and when we die, and when we take many leaps of faith throughout our lives. Therefore, the 0 card, the Fool, is the beginning and the ending of the journey through the major arcana. We are the Fool. The Fool archetype is about curiosity and open-mindedness, going with the flow of life and managing our way through the unknown. Upright optimism, a new beginning, curiosity, and potential. So this is being in our shadow work card. The Fool is very carefree, doesn't worry about too much, doesn't carry a lot of baggage, just goes and jumps into the unknown. So we are the Fool here, or we are going to have to embody the Fool's energy. For a lot of us, Mercury retrograde is always a time where things become more confusing, things are unclear, things don't make sense, things are a little muddled. But for some of us, if you have like Mercury already retrograding in your chart, like I have a Mercury retrograde in Virgo in my chart, sometimes I actually understand things a little bit better. So, it can go either way for you, but there's still like a blind spot when it comes down to Mercury retrograde, and whatever area of life more so that you have Capricorn and you have Sagittarius in your chart, there's like a little bit of a gray area there. We're going to have to embody that fool's energy where like, I don't really know where I'm going. I'm just going to jump into this unknown. I don't know like what is to come of this. Like, I don't know what's going to, happen after this, but I know that if I try to hold on to certainty, then I'm going to be feeling a little bit insecure and a little bit stuck. Okay. So there's that. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So let's see what we have with that one. The Queen of Wands. Oh, that's the swords. This is swords. This is swords. Where's the wands? I think I'd know this little booklet better by now. Okay, Queen of Wands. You need to show confidence. If not, fake it until you feel it. Upright, confident, and honorable. So with this being hidden from us, Queen of Wands, our confidence is somewhat hidden from us right now. Maybe you're feeling more insecure than you usually feel at this time because you're uncertain, right? We feel more confident with things that we are familiar with. It's just human nature. Everybody, every single person in the world, there's nobody in this world that will feel 100% confident stepping into something that they have never done. They don't know. They're a beginner. They're not an expert. There's going to be doubts, okay? And so for a lot of us, we're stepping into an unknown period, or we are in an unknown period of our lives, and we're like feeling very insecure about it. We're like, I don't feel very confident right now. I don't know what's going on. I feel like a beginner in some way, shape, or form, whether it be a new relationship, a new experience, a new job, or you're actually just trying to go back and revamp things in a different way. You're learning something, a new skill, and you're just like, I feel like imposter syndrome is really bad right now. So that could be you and what you're struggling with. And so it's just basically saying to fake it until you make it, fake it until you feel it. Eventually, like, nobody can tell the difference between if you're being truly fully confident or not. There's a lot of times, like when I first started doing tarot, I didn't always know what I was doing 100%, or I didn't know fully all the cards. I was kind of stuck, but nobody could tell because I was just like, just keep going with it. So, the more confident you appear, people won't be able to see through that usually, unless you're being overly confident. Then people are kind of like, seems a little fake. But, even still, nobody can ever like tell you, hey, you're not being confident if you look like you're being confident. Like, there's no way for people to know. Even if they speculate, maybe not. They don't know for sure. So hopefully that helps somebody out there a little bit with the imposter syndrome. I know I have to start embodying that too, because I'm always worried about how people see me, and that's a bad habit I'm trying to break out of. So let's get some advice for Mercury retrograde. What is the advice for everybody who is watching during Mercury retrograde? What is the advice for Mercury retrograde for those who are watching at this time? What is the advice here? Wow. Okay, let me go back. Hold on. Too many cards fell out. Let's get one more card for the advice. Surrender the drama. Oh boy. Okay, surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So be open to allowing others to come in and help you and support you, or know what is going on, know what you are struggling with, know what you need. I know that it's not easy for a majority of us, but people are there to support you and help you, especially if they know what's going on with you in your life. So, try to be a little more vulnerable at this time. Then you have surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm. And don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. So Mercury retrograde is known to have a bit of a dramatic effect sometimes, and it's usually something that's from a minor mishap. I don't believe that, and I'm not going to claim this, knock on some type of wood. Usually during retrogrades, sometimes for me, it's like just little things that can like elevate to bigger things, but it's usually just little irritating things. But we know little things can eventually become big things. So be careful about drama that comes up. This could be people from your past trying to stir up drama with you. It can be so many different things, but just remember when you watch this, like if anything pops up, while Mercury's retrograding, everybody is not speaking or thinking as clearly. So even if you feel like, okay, I'm going to say my piece, I'm going to speak my mind, I'm going to be as clear as I possibly can, it is still very likely to get lost in translation. So it may be better just to not say anything at all. Hold your tongue at this time if you can, or say minimal. Say as little as possible. It's better to just let people speculate and think what they want to think versus like you trying to be clear and it just keeps getting worse and worse. So, all right. What are some things that we need to be aware of? Maybe some, I guess, warnings. I use that very loosely because I don't want to scare anybody. But, what are some things that we should be on alert for that can potentially come up for us during retrograde season? What are some things that we should be on the lookout for? Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Sir. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, y'all. There's like 4 cards that flipped out. Let's get one. Okay. I said one more. That's it. That's it. Okay. So we have reminder you are always on the right path. We have dead end. So maybe if you're feeling like you're at a dead end, that you're still on the right path. Like there's still a reason for you to be reaching a dead end for some reason. You have abundance flowing in, which is a good thing. So some money that is owed to you may come back around. You may get a refund of some kind. You're stronger than you know. So you may have to, pull out some of that inner strength there. And then you already know the answer. Stop asking. So there's questions that you have. I feel like questions that were really created around the Gemini full moon that you already know the answers to. But even if the answers aren't coming in the clearest form, like literally, like somebody telling you the answer, it's like a deeper inner knowing and feeling. So now we're going to go into my Everything Oracle deck, and then we will go into some signs and see what's going on there. Okie dokie. So, what else do we need to look out for during Mercury retrograde? What are some major themes to look out for? We have self-love, self-sabotage. OMG, self-love and self-sabotaging coming out at the same time. I've never seen those two come out together at once. But that's a good, that has a good message in it. Stop searching for external answers. Ex or past love, we know that comes up. Rejection. Okay, the truth will come out. All right, we're just gonna stop it right there. Okay, so some themes we have: self-love and self-sabotage. These two are like two sides of the same coin, opposite sides of the spectrum, right? Sister signs. I feel as though through like observing you self-sabotaging, it is a reflection of where you need more self-love in some way, shape, or form in your life, right? The biggest areas where we self-sabotage is where we feel the smallest, we feel unworthy, we feel unlovable. And so when you do self-sabotage, you have to start to reprogram that part of you that feels like unworthy of whatever it is that you are sabotaging. So you'll have to dig a little deeper and figure out like, okay, how do I pour more into myself to either prevent me self-sabotaging or reminding myself that I'm worthy of whatever it is that I have or that I'm trying to push away or run away from. Okay, so that's going to be a big theme during the retrograde is you're going to be seeing more like where you need more self-love because retrogrades, everything is turning inward, right? So it's a great period. I actually enjoyed, which retrograde did we have back in the summer? I think it was the one in Virgo. I realized so much and I felt like it was a really, really enlightening retrograde. It wasn't a bad one for me at all. I learned a lot about things during retrograde periods. I learned a lot in Venus retrograde. So usually for me, I don't know if that's because my Mercury's retrograde in my chart, But I learned so much, and I appreciate what I've learned, because it's like a blind spot that you wouldn't see it that way otherwise. So it can be really great for learning about, like, okay, I see exactly where I need more self-love, where before I don't know, I was just operating out of a place of lack or fear. I didn't know why, but now you'll see why. You have rejection here, so it could be you rejecting something, somebody rejecting you. Could be from a place of self-sabotage, or it could be a situation with an ex that is coming back around, where you either reject an ex or an ex rejects you, depends on who goes where. But an ex or past love, Mercury retrograde is notorious for bringing people back from the past. But usually it is some type of test or lesson or some type of closure, for you to wrap things up with that energy. I don't think that I've ever had a situation where somebody from my past came back during a retrograde and they actually end up staying in my life. I can't think of that at all. Like, if anybody stayed in my life after a retrograde or before a retrograde, or during, it was before or after a retrograde, never during a retrograde. So, it may not be that the person is meant to stay. It could be just a reflection of where you're at in your life. Like, people don't usually come back for me during retrogrades, especially nobody that's like seriously trying to be like, hey, I want to be cool with you and I've done this work on myself. Like, no, it's never that. So, take it with a grain of salt if somebody does return, or they're trying to give you something, or say they claim one thing, but actions always speak louder. You have rest. Mercury retrograde, things are slowing down for us, so we need to give ourselves that rest, give ourselves that self-love. Sometimes never resting is a form of self-sabotage, because you're like, oh, I gotta do so much, I got to get to this place in my life, and you never rest. But knowing what your body needs when it needs it and honoring that is a form of self-love. So if you always are the type to push through when you're exhausted, you're not loving yourself like you think you are. You have to give yourself that time. Stop searching for external answers. Like we just mentioned here, you already know the answer. Stop asking. A lot of what you are asking, either you're not going to get it answered in the way you're thinking you are. It's not going to be that literal. Or you already know the answer. It's just not what you want to hear. Things take time, or things are revealed in their own time. What you're looking for is within you. Retrograde, go within. The truth will come out. So eventually you'll know everything you need to know. But for now, if things are not making sense, or you feel like I can't put the pieces together, then they're not meant to be put together yet. All right. I know that's easier said than done. And it may seem like I have all the answers figured out, and I definitely don't. My life is just as confusing as yours is, if not more. I guarantee it. But it's just that through these readings, I'm able to see it from a detached perspective, because when I'm in my own stuff, I don't see it that way. But if I'm communicating through the cards, I can see, okay, I see it from a different point of view, right? So there's that. All right, so let's get something for all 12 signs. I think I want to use this deck. I want to use this deck for all 12 signs. I'll give one card to each sign. One card for each sign of a message for retrograde. All right, we're going to go Aries to Pisces just to make things easier, and then I will look at all of them at the end. All right, Aries. I may just do it like that. Just save more time. Aries, Pisces. We're going to just do a few at a time so I don't get mixed up. Wait. Am I going in the right order? See, I haven't done all signs in so long, I can't even remember the... Oh, goodness. Okay, so Aries, Pisces. No, I'm in the wrong order. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. It's Pisces and Aries. Oh, my God. All right. Well, I put it here. I drew the cards as Aries first, then Pisces, and Aquarius. So we're going to go in that order first. Y'all, please forgive me. I can't think right now. All right. So we're going to do Aries, then Pisces, and Aquarius. And these are the cards that came out for you. And then we will do the next three. So the first card here, we have a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. Okay. Aries, that's coming up quick. That's coming up in Capricorn season, full moon in Cancer. So, we will have retrograde throughout Capricorn season, but you can expect maybe on or around the full moon that a personal issue reaches a resolution. So something that you've been dealing with could be something family related, even you figure out where to go from there. So that's awesome. And you can apply this to your sun, moon. I guess you can do sun, moon, or rising if you want to, or just do sun, moon, rising, sun, moon. Pick one of those. All right. All right, Aries, now Pisces, believe in the impossible. I feel like that's easy. I feel like that's easy for Pisces to believe in the impossible. That's where you live, in the impossible, in the dream world, in the subconscious mind. So throughout this retrograde, continue to believe in your dreams, continue to hope, continue to pray or meditate, do whatever it is you do, because, you know, you might start to waver on thinking like, I don't know if this is really going to happen for me because it's a little out there, but continue to believe in that. Aquarii, be bold and make the first move. Okay, so that is your message for Mercury retrograde, something that you have been either contemplating, debating, doing, or saying, especially if you have something that comes up, like if you're a projector or a generator, you have to wait to respond, wait to be invited. As soon as you get your cue, as soon as you get that, okay, this is my time to say what I need to say or go out there and do this, go ahead and do it. Okay, you can do things during retrograde as well, but this can also be towards the end of retrograde where you're like, all right, I'm going to just wait for the confirmation or the cue. This could be something, this video, like you're like your sign that you've been waiting for to make the first move on something. All right, so we did Aries, Pisces, Aquarius, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Taurus, Gemini, Cancerians. Taurus, Gemini, Gemini, Cancer. All right, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. All right, Taurus, you have emotions are running high, super moon. The next full moon is going to be in Cancer. So this could be a more of an emotional time for you during the retrograde. And so you may have to just really tune into your feelings and allow them to just settle down or mellow out before you make any big, bold decisions or before you take action on anything, because it's going to be a very emotionally charged time. I don't know what all is happening, like all the transits or how they're going to be affecting you, because I haven't looked that far into January, but this will be if you're feeling more emotional, tend to your feelings. Adjustments are required. This is Gemini, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Yeah, so adjustments are required, and I feel like you got this in your full moon reading. If not, the month ahead, one of those or both. But yeah, so you got to be flexible, be mutable as you are, especially with Mercury retrograde always affecting Gemini and Virgo a lot. There's something that you're going to have to be flexible in regards to. You're going to have to make the adjustments. You're going to have to be compromising or be patient, and just know that if you want to see things progress, you may have to try different things, or at least consider different ways of doing. Or if you're like, okay, I have to take some stuff out, take some stuff out. Cancer, have faith in your dreams. Kind of similar to Pisces, and you're both water signs. But yeah, having faith is pivotal right now. Your faith may be being tested where you're not sure if something that you are hoping for or trying to put your efforts into will come to fruition. But it's telling you to continue to have faith in it, and you will see the benefits of having faith. All right. Or put your faith in something. Next, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. Leo, Virgo, and Libra. Let's see. Leo, Virgo, and Libriana. All right. This one wanted to slide out for Libra. Leo, Virgo, Libra. So for Leo, you have a time for healing. This can be healing physically, mentally, emotionally, but Mercury retrograde seems like a time that if you are going through a healing process, or you feel like you need more healing in some way, shape, or form, this could be a time where you're really putting the work into, okay, I need to heal my body, I need to heal my mind, I need to, whatever it is. But this is a time to slow down and work on your healing in some way. Virgo, the energy is gaining momentum. I don't know where the energy is gaining momentum for. Let's see if we can get one more card for Virgo. Where is the energy gaining momentum to? The full moon. Surrender to the divine. All right. That's still kind of vague for us Virgos. I'm sorry. I know we like specifics. But yeah, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. The energy is building up. So you may have felt for a while that the energy has been building. You don't know where, what, why, when, where, how, what. But you feel something is building up. And so if not this full moon, the next full moon is a period where you're going to see why everything, or what everything has been building up to. Now, I know that probably doesn't give you any type of reassurance or validation or positive feelings, because you're like, I don't like that. But that's what we got. The energy is building up to the full moon, and you having a big release, maybe letting go of a lot of pressure that you've been carrying, because I know you have been. But yeah, you're going to get to a place where you're ready to fully surrender and, be at peace. So that you can look forward to. You are good enough, Libra. Full moon in Virgo. So you got a Virgo card for Libra. You're good enough. Full moon in Virgo is not going to be until Pisces season of next year. But this is your message for Mercury retrograde, is reminding yourself that you are good enough, you are equipped, you are capable of everything that you are setting an intention for and what you put your mind to, because you may be having some insecurities come up during the retrograde season, some doubts. And so it's just a reminder that you are good enough for whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish. Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn. That's the last ones. Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn. Scorpio, Sag, and Capricorn. Scorpio. Sag. Capricorn. A personal issue reaches a resolution. Full moon in Cancer. You got one too. And that's your opposite sign. All right. Your commitment is being tested. Who's that? Scorpio? Where are we at? Yeah, Scorpio, Sag, and Capricorn. Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn. All right. So your commitment is being tested, Scorpio. Don't we know it? I definitely feel like that. So I kind of want a little bit of more background on that commitment, for what that can be in a relationship. Like, how committed are you to seeing something through, to your healing, to yourself? Something that you want to, like, you may want to give up on it because you're like, I don't know if I can do this, if I have the patience, if I have this. So, but the good thing is, it's a test. All right. I wanted to keep going. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. So by February, things should make a lot more sense about, like, what exactly you're being tested on. But bringing love into the situation is like, try to be patient with yourself. Try to be compassionate with yourself for whatever you feel like is testing you, or you are being tested to stay strong in your values and your morals, or dedicated to something and see something through. All right, Sagittarius, you have also a time for healing. You could have Leo placements with that, where you may feel like you need to grieve, heal emotionally, physically. You need to invest more into your healing. Could be therapy wise, could be therapeutic something, self-love. And then personal issue resolution for Capricorn as well. So during the full moon in Cancer, around the full moon in Cancer, you and Aries got that. You could have Aries placements, but you will be resolving something that was bothering you, or you will finally have a more solid foundation in figuring out, okay, this is how I'm going to move forward in this thing. Okay, so that is the Mercury retrograde reading. Let me know how you like this style of reading. I haven't done it like this yet, where we do all the signs at the end and a piece of advice. But yeah, guys, hope you have a great Mercury retrograde. If you're seeing this on Patreon, early access, shout out to you. If not, sign up for the Patreon, because not everything is on YouTube. A lot of it is not. Thank you guys, and hope you have a great retrograde, and stay calm, stay safe. I am at REBRANDED and MINDBODYBRONX on everything.